Hello again. Welcome to ARK, a game about dinosaurs.
Okay.
Survival, glitches, and the power of You might be wondering why I'm playing it. Well, the other day, as I watched a video from a funny frogman, I wondered, what is it like to live in Australia? And this might just be the best simulation of Australian life. The ARK has many wonders for us to explore, such as ants that kill you, birds that kill you, this fish that kills you, and a whole host of other things that kill you. So please, sit back, relax, and join me on my journey to survive. I wake up on a beach with a rock implanted in my arm and nothing but underwear and my name. After getting my eyes burned for the first time, I take a look at my physique. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. I then punch a tree until it falls, which almost kills me, but gives me a level. With said level, I gain engram points, which I can then use to learn new recipes. The first thing I learn is the campfire, because it's kind of essential for cooking food and staying warm at night. The next thing I do is grab some stones. I'll use these to craft the pickaxe, which I can then use to acquire flint and steel to craft the axe. After trying to beat an oviraptor to death, I gain another level, which I use to craft gloves. Before you ask, no, they basically don't do anything. Anyways, I was getting hungry, and the local wildlife had to pay for that. So I absolutely annihilated this dodo with my axe. Then I butchered him, ate some berries, and then got attacked by these little shits. These things are the absolute bane of your existence if you live on the beach. They're tiny and don't deal a lot of damage, but they sure as fuck are annoying. Due to my insistence on using my fists, for some reason, I actually managed to kill myself by fighting these things. After respawning and enacting revenge on the tiny shitters, I do this. Then I craft a campfire and start cooking. After having a delicious steak, I start looking around for a good place to build my house. I end up settling on this little hill overlooking the shore. It has plenty of resources, and I probably won't get eaten alive as I sleep here. Probably. Anyways, time to build. While on the beach learning some recipes, I am introduced to the single worst character in the entire game. With the bird attacking me, I decide to run away across the shore. My logic being that it wouldn't follow me all the way out here. And I was correct. But unfortunately, there was also this fucking thing. That right there is Carnotaurus, also known as Noobstomper69 on Xbox Live. As long as he remains on that beach, I have absolutely no chance of survival there. So he forced me into the ocean, where this other thing stared at me. It was soon joined by yet another thing, and with them looking like they wanted to eat my newborn son and Carno on the beach, I had to pick which direction to go in. I ultimately decided I would rather take my chances with a fish than with a giant dinosaur with literal demon horns. So I swam across to the other shore once more, where I decided I'll probably not return to that side until I've got some better gear. It's about time I finished my house. I wanted a nice living space with a spacious overhang where I could stare off into the beach sunset, just like my real-life billion-dollar mansion. In my house, I would include all the necessities for daily life on the including a sleeping bag and walls. Yeah. Once I placed down the door, I realized I actually couldn't get in. I tried building a ramp to fix this, but couldn't figure out how to rotate it. So instead, I used a second foundation to form a little step onto my door. One wall and a few ceilings later, I got attacked by another one of these goddamn birds, and decided to beat the shit out of an entirely different bird so I could feel better. This ended up knocking the dodo out, and by giving it a few berries, I actually managed to tame it. I then named this dodo a very appropriate name that won't get this video demonetized. I then carried my newfound friend all the way back to my base. Although, now that I had a dodo, it was no longer a house. It was a home. Now that I had shelter, I decided to explore the surrounding area. I got into a fight, found a monkey, and then found this thing. This loot drop required survivor level 25, which I don't have. Feeling defeated by my exploration, I returned back home. Here, I cooked myself a delicious meal with narcotics and an egg. And then I built a new shack for my dodo. I also upgraded my base to wood level, which made it more resistant. But yet, I craved more. I craved adventure. I wanted to explore and to be free. So now, it was time to sail. Welcome to Herbivore Island.
Here, right here, all your needs will be met.
Unlike its counterpart, Predator Island, this small landmass only has herbivorous creatures, meaning nothing will try to eat me. Maybe this makes it a prime location for my main base. Although its lack of resources means I'll have to venture into the Isle if I want to progress, it's still a safe haven where I can store resources and dinosaurs between journeys. With that, my goal is now to build a base, and I know exactly where I'm gonna place it. This island has a very convenient spot surrounded by rock walls where you can easily build your base. It looks cool, but first I had to test if my plan was even going to work. If I use these fence posts to set up high walls, I could then place a large gate here and have a living space walled off from the island's other inhabitants. This would, however, require a metric fuck-ton of wood. So, I started chopping. As you can see, the entryway is starting to look much cleaner. This is good news. We can finally do what we were meant to do. Chop more wood. I then placed down the massive dinosaur gate that would serve as the entry and exit to my domain. Looks pretty cool, huh? Next up, I almost kidnapped 2 triceratops while relocating my boat to the very convenient bay that sits in front of my base location. Then, I chopped more wood. By the next morning, we had gotten some good progress done. The fence posts were now ready and set up, meaning the only thing left to do is to add the walls. This, of course, requires even more wood. But I had a plan. With the use of a mortar and pestle, I could craft myself narcotics. These, when combined with arrows, give us the trank arrow, which I could then use to tame a Stegosaurus, an excellent dinosaur for collecting wood in the early game. Soon, I found one lodged between some trees due to the game's shit pathfinding, and a dozen or so arrows later, it died because I forgot to switch to the trank arrows. But not to worry. Now armed with an actual saddle, I set out to find another stego I could tame. This is when I found an egg. Grabbing the egg made its parent aggressive. I used this to lure it to my bait. As you can see, I successfully lured the stego into my base, and this time, armed with the correct arrows, it was easy to put it to sleep. I then gave it some berries and waited. Yes. In the process of waiting, this fat ass waltzed into my base completely unannounced. I guess he lives here now. Anyways, the taming is complete, and now I have access to a wood-chopping monster who will later be named... Jeffrey Einstein. Now with the stego tamed and his saddle equipped, all I had to do was walk him onto my boat. And now that he's on board, it is time to set sail. Having arrived on the other side, it was time to test out our new piece of machinery. Oh, that's good. That's real good. While inspecting our harvest, I was attacked by one of those birds again. With the Stego, harvesting wood was now a lot easier. In a matter of a few minutes, I gathered over 800 wood. More than enough for our base. And since I was here, I decided to test out the Stego's other harvesting modes. By setting it to heavy plate mode, I could harvest hundreds of thatch in seconds. And oh look, a loot drop.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Then, I tried out the sharpened plate mode, which makes collecting berries absolutely trivial.
Get what you fucking deserve!
Anyways, now that I had over 1600 wood and 1500 thatch, I was ready to head back home and finish building my base. Wait, what was that? What the fuck is that? Swim faster, you little shit! Swim faster! What the fuck was that? And so, I make my way back home. My wood? Gone. My boat? Sunk. My pants? Shat. Today was a total defeat. This little event has set us back tremendously. The only wood I managed to bring back were the stacks in our Stego's inventory. We are now poor, hungry, cold, and wet. As night fell, wait, did I hit him? Oh fuck! That's what happens when you play. With the big-ass dinosaur under control, I had to rebuild some things around my base which were destroyed during its rampage. I put down some walls, checked a supply drop, died, got my items back, and then I pondered. What would the future hold for me? What could happen next? What lies in our fate in this dangerous world? Whatever happens, one thing is for sure. This is... Anyways, join the channel.